What's up, guys? Back with another video on my last one. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out. The last video I showed y'all how I clean my bounce houses. In today's video I'm going to show you how I roll a bounce house. I'm going to go pick up a bounce house from a client, and I'm going to show y'all how to get that nice egg roll looking roll. We're going to have the bounce house going from this to this. That nice little egg roll. I'm gonna show you how to do that, and let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing I do when I show up to a pickup is take out the stakes. That's what I'm doing right there with my heel. I kick the stakes so that they turn around a little bit. Once they turn, they're able to come up off the ground. I open up all the openings that the bounce house has, like those blower tubes, make sure they're open. Take out the stakes, any zippers it may have, I go ahead and open those up. You want to open up every possible opening that it has so you can get the air out of there when you start rolling. Another thing you want to do is, I guess, lay out the bounce house to where it doesn't have too much, I guess, folded areas, right? So if you look right there, that blue area looks like a lot going on right there. So if I try to fold that up, it's going to be a big old bulge right there. So in order to avoid that, you want to kind of spread out the bounce house. Right there, I'm just opening up one of the zippers. You want to spread it out so that when you start folding, you don't have too much, I guess, vinyl from the bounce house. Sorry, that was hard to get out. Too much vinyl in one area, so that when you fold it, see, I'm just adjusting it right there. I see there's too much in the back, folding it up a little bit, making sure it's very well distributed. The better your folds are, the better the roll and smoother the roll will go. Funny about this is that this was actually a dry rental. I didn't have a water slide or nothing, but it did rain. So this is an overnight rental, so it did rain on us. So the bounce house has a little bit of water in it. Not too bad. I did check that when I pulled up. A lot of situations, if your bounce house is exposed to the rain or it's a water unit, it can get flooded, and that's when the water goes inside the actual unit. That's a nightmare. Doable, nothing bad that you can't fix, but it is a bit of a nightmare. You have to blow it back up. You have to make sure you get the water out. You can either tilt over the bounce house. You could either use your shop vac that has water to suck out the water. Several ways to approach that, but yeah, that's something we want to avoid. So with this, I checked the inside of the bounce house. There wasn't a lot of water, so I went ahead and rolled it up. I didn't have to blow it up again. But generally, if you show up and there's puddles on your bounce house, I strongly suggest that you blow it back up so all that water can fall out. It was very light rain, so nothing too bad to worry about. Here, you can see the bounce house looks completely flat compared to when I first pulled up. Now that it's flat enough for me, or now that it's flat enough to a point where I like it, I can begin my first fold. And you pretty much just doing a tri-fold, folding it into two. I'm gonna go ahead and doing my first fold right here. And you can see I stepped on it a lot just to get that air out. If there's air in there, your fold's gonna come out sloppy. It's gonna be hard to roll. It's not gonna be as tight when you begin to roll it. So you just wanna try your best to get that roll. air out from everywhere. If you compare how it looks right now to how it looked when I first pulled up, you can tell that there's still some air in there, despite it being deflated for hours. I like to grab from the center and pull back towards me. It's a lot easier than trying to fold one end, running all the way to the other end, folding that in as well. So if you notice, I grabbed it from the middle, pulled it towards me, folded it over the other side, and then I went ahead and again adjust it, make it nice and pretty so that your roll will be better. If your folds are good, your roll will be good. Again, just stepping, marching all over the bounce house to get all that air out. Another thing is, when you do have your rolling straps, the straps that after you roll, that you attach to your bounce house to keep it in place, you want to go ahead and lift one of the ends like this and put your strap underneath it before you begin rolling. A lot of times when I first started, I would forget about the straps. I would begin to roll, and when I got to the end, I found that I forgot to put my straps under it, and now I have to lift the whole freaking unit after it's already rolled, put my straps underneath it, and then went ahead and attached it. Went ahead and closed it up. So before you begin to roll, make sure you put your straps on the end, just like that. Just like I did. You lift the corners, you put your strap in there. That way it's already underneath the unit. And then when you begin to roll, you'll see the end by the time you finish rolling it. Now, to begin the process, you go ahead and start rolling it up as tight as you possibly can. What I suggest is rolling up one end, putting your knee or foot, whatever you can use to keep it in place, and then there you go. See, as tight as you can. See, right there, it's getting a little big, so I don't like how it looks, so I just keep squishing it and smashing it down. Another thing that might help if you have a second person with you is for them to walk in front of your roll. So walk on the bounce house in front of you and kind of flatten that area out, and it makes it a little bit easy to roll. In this situation, I'm showing you how to do it by yourself. So when you begin to roll, right here I was having a little trouble because, like I said, it did rain and I did have a tarp under. It was hard for me to get a grip on my feet right there. I'm struggling a little bit, and that's what I mean right there. So you flatten out the area in front of the roll, and then you try to pull, or push, sorry. Figured out that if I do little squats and just jump over the bounce house, it helped me a lot right there. So I would just little squat and then jump over, little squat, jump over. Again, I didn't have a whole lot of grip. I thought that's what worked best. See all that air squeezing out at the end? That's why you want to leave your blower tubes open, and you want to roll towards your blower tubes so that all that air can get out. It has somewhere to go. Afterwards, you go ahead and fold those blower tubes up after you already let the air out, and then you can go ahead and roll your bounce house over that area. See, nice and folded in, just so it makes your fold look a lot cleaner. Otherwise, you're gonna roll your bounce house over the blower tubes are gonna be all out. It looks messy, and when you pull up to a house, you want to make sure that presentation matters. So you want to make it look nice and clean. Those are those straps that I'm talking about. At the beginning, I lifted the corner and put it under That way, by the time I roll the bounce house, it'll be completely over the strap and I can see both ends and I can just pull them up and tighten them up like that. Otherwise, if I hadn't have done that, I would have had to lift up the roll. Oh, there's a strap, you see? One end, and that's the other end. Let me know if you don't understand what I'm talking about. If you need clarification, just leave a comment. I'll go ahead and comment back and answer your questions. I know the angle's not great, but that's what I meant by the ends of the straps being right there. But yeah, if I hadn't put the straps before I started rolling, I would have had to lift it up, put the straps under the unit somehow by myself, and then get both ends right. And just a pro tip, guys, the first season that I did this, I like to pick up a little bit of the yard. I know it's not my stuff, but I don't want to leave their yard complete mess. These are just wet towels that I guess the kids use to dry themselves off. Pro tip, guys, the first season that I did this, I was very out of shape. I was overweight. It was tough. Some of those Texas summer days, man, temperatures were in the triple digits. I remember our one delivery, it wasn't even a pickup. This is the hard part. The hard part is when you go pick up and roll up your unit. It was a drop-off. All I got to do is get it out the trailer, throw it in the yard, and blow it up, right? I remember getting so dizzy whenever I would be hammering the stakes down. I was out of breath. I was sweating. It was 100-degree weather. Maybe I was dehydrated. I don't know. But, man, I felt like passing out. I hated cleaning the units because they were so heavy. It sucked. The maintenance part sucked. I got myself in the gym. Got myself eating better. I go to the gym regularly now. And I tell you, it made my job 10 times easier. It is so much easier to do this when you're in shape. It's more enjoyable. It's just more fun. It's night and day. So if you're a woman or a man, doesn't matter. If you're thinking about doing this, if you're thinking about starting your own bounce house business, I strongly suggest that you get yourself in shape. Now it's time to load up the bounce house into the dolly. I need to upgrade my dolly, by the way. I need to get one of them cool ones that has the 4 tires. I know there's multiple brands now. Before I only knew of the Jolly Dolly. Make sure y'all don't hurt your back. Squat down, use your legs, not your back. Get under it, and then whoop, just like that. Again, I got in shape. It's a lot easier for me. That used to be so hard to me whenever I was out of shape when I first started. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you roll up a bounce house by yourself. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and thank y'all for watching.